dun, 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 dun. Welcome to everyone that's joining in on the call. We're super excited to have you guys. We are going to start our llama viewing very soon, but for now, the cameras are getting ready for the llamas, and the llamas are getting ready for the camera. And so while we give them a little bit of time to set everything up, we welcome you guys to drop in the chat where you guys are calling in from, or if you've ever played a beautiful instrument in the past and would maybe are still continuing to play it or would like to go back to it if you've stopped. And we started this because of this beautiful playlist that we're listening to. I really, really love it. And I'm happy to be able to share this moment with everyone so that we can jam out together in the comfort of our homes. Awesome. Hello, hello, everyone. Hi to everyone that's joining us. My name is Tatiana, and I will be welcoming you all to today's llama viewing. We are super excited to have you all here. We are going to have our little meet and greet with the llamas. They're currently getting all ready for all of you guys. And if you guys have ever actually seen a llama in real life, please drop it in the chat. I would love to know what you experienced, what it was like, what did you think? And if you've never seen a llama in real life, you're definitely gonna get to see one today virtually. And if you guys would like to share with us what you're really excited about, definitely let us know. I know that for me today, I'm super excited to see one particular llama who just has the cutest face and is just always camera ready, always, no matter what the angle is. Simon is always ready. And that's who I'm really excited to see today. I need to be more like Simon in my day-to-day life, just whenever paparazzi comes around, like, boom, I'm ready for a camera, ready from this angle, from this angle. And so I strive to be like Simon every single day. It's one of my favorite llamas, and I'm super excited for you guys all to meet Simon. Just gonna start in just a minute or so. So for those of you guys who are just joining us, if you guys need to set anything up, get comfortable, maybe grab a cup of water or a couple of snacks, or if you just want to drop in the chat any questions, doubts, concerns, or anything you would like to share with us, feel free to do so. We're gonna get started in just 2 minutes. Hey, Stephanie, welcome. If you guys have any llama related questions, make sure that you put this in your back pocket. write them down somewhere because Kaylee, who will be joining us soon, will be able to share with you guys a little bit of llama knowledge. And who doesn't like to have some llama knowledge in their back pocket to be able to share with their loved ones? I know I do. So, if you have any llama related questions, make sure you jot them down somewhere so that once we start talking to the llamas, we'll be able to ask all of the questions that we want while they're with us. Woohoo! Hi, Chris. Thanks for calling in from the UK. I know. I love llamas. They're just so stinking cute. I can't handle it. It's like cuteness overload. They're just too much to handle. Oh, yes. Wow. Yes. Okay. That's so awesome, Amy. Yeah. I wonder where there is like a big llama population, and maybe that's one of the things that we can ask our awesome Kaylee when we hop on. They're so cute and so silly. Yay, Hannah calling you from the Philippines. Thank you guys so much for joining. I see Gabriella's on the call, Michael, Sherry, Stefania. Alrighty, guys. So now that we have our wonderful attendees, I'm going to welcome Earl from the Prairie Patch Farm, who's going to be joining us with our awesome pack of llamas.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear us okay?
Yes. Hi, Kaylee.
Great. Awesome. I'm going to turn my camera around here so we can get right to the llama rama. Yes, you never know when you need some good llama facts in your back pocket, possibly for trivia night or I don't know, just to be like, look at what I know about llamas. They're amazing, amazing animals, which I've heard some of you jump in and talk a little bit about how much you like them and love them. And certainly they're a very, very special animal with a very cool history. So I'm going to take it away here and introduce you to some of my llamas here at Prairie Patch Farm. We are located in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, in the eastern part of the state. Iowa is mostly known for its corn, pigs, and soybeans, but there's also a very beautiful history of native landscapes, including tall grass prairie, wetlands, woodlands, oak savannas, and my farm here, I actually don't do any agriculture growing. It is a wildlife and nature preserve. People mostly come out and do guided llama hikes on the farm, and then Earl and a handful of his friends here we'll meet some of the llamas. Some of them are outside sunbathing right now because it's such a beautiful day here in Iowa. But they even go into nursing homes and care centers and other places to bring a lot of joy. And it looks like Earl might be needing to go find some snacks, which we will probably let him do. So I have got 10 llamas and one alpaca. They started out as my pets. Two of them I got actually 6 years ago. I've loved them since I was about 10 years old. And I saw a lot of them in the Rocky Mountains in Colorado where I grew up. Many of them are used as pack animals, so we do not ride them, but instead they can wear side saddles and carry quite a bit of weight. And that was their original purpose as a domesticated animal almost 5,000 years ago, dating back to the ancient Incan people and Andean Indians in South America utilized the llama and still do today as a beast of burden is the term that we say. Also cutting their hair, shearing it, turning it into yarn. These guys just got fresh cuts about the second week of April, so it gets really hot here in Iowa in the midsummer and really cold in the winter. We do need to get their hair off so they can stay cool in the extreme temperature swings we have here, and then it will grow back and plenty of time for winter for them to stay warm. I can't tell if Earl looks like he's in the zone. It's about 2 o'clock p.m. here in the afternoon, and the llamas typically take a siesta or a nap in the afternoon, so I can kind of see him zooming out. He might be getting a little sleepy, which is cute. I have had him fall asleep on a virtual meeting before, and his head just like fell right down into my lap. So he's a very chill llama and just super adorable. And we can form relationships with these animals just like we do our dogs and cats. So what's not to love? He's so cute and certainly doesn't mind having the camera in his face for close-ups. Okay, so a rich part of the South American culture Llamas here in the States have a little bit different uses. Mostly people show them in 4-H or llama shows. Maybe they're selling the babies, which are called crias, which are super cute. Lots of us have them for pets, and they're being utilized as pack animals. And even some can be in with sheep or goats and protect them from predators such as coyotes or bobcats. So they can make really good protectors. Guard llamas might not be on a virtual llama meeting with close-ups wearing a cute frog bandana and flower garlands. And someone's munching in my ear behind here. He is such a big llama. He towers over me. I'm about 5'6", and he's well over 6 feet tall. This is Willoughby. And he was just really chomping in my ear. It was very distracting. Okay, anyways, what else can I tell you? A few more fun things, and then I would love for you all to enter some questions into the chat so I can answer more specifically what you all would want to know. They are related to camels, which is very cool. They have 2 toes on each foot. Check out those feet. We do have to trim those toenails a couple times a year. I think their feet are one of the most interesting features about them, and while all the rest of them are just very, very adorable features about them with their cute fuzzy ears. And I think I saw somebody mention their big long eyelashes, which are very, very cute as well. Just adorable, adorable animals. So why don't you all start putting some questions in the chat, and we'll meet some animals, and then maybe, I don't know, maybe somebody can read the questions for me, because I think they pop up and disappear, and I don't want to go dark on the screen. But this is Huckleberry. Doesn't he just like look like he's having a Monday? And it's not even Monday. It's not Monday, Huckleberry. It's not. Simon the alpaca. They're much smaller than llamas. I can see it's a little warm day here, so you can see Simon's breathing a little bit heavier than usual. So I'll probably turn on the sprinkler after our virtual llama meeting so he can hose off his belly and cool off. This cute guy here is Sully. Sully's got this cool kind of paint pattern on his fiber, these big polka dots. Sometimes he gets nicknamed the cow llama. Okay, and then who else is in here? This is Fable. Fable, do you want to say hi? He's a little more camera shy. Oh, there he
Oh,
is.
oh, look at
He's very
those
cute.
ears.
Yeah,
Hey,
they have
Kaylee, we
boys.
were wondering,
Yeah, shoot us the
can they
questions.
swim?
I would say it's not an intuitive, instinctual thing for them to swim. But if we think about their natural habitat in the mountains, maybe they were doing some stream or shallower river crossings to get to places. But swimming is not like their forte. I bet they could if they had to save their life, but they're not going out for like a pool day, if you know what I mean. Good
Yeah,
question.
definitely, definitely. I mean, with those toes, I don't know. I'm wondering if I would want to, get my toes wet. They're so cute.
It's really funny.
Um,
If there's if there's puddles of water after rain at the farm, they won't walk through them. They jump over them. So I'm not sure if they just view it puddles of water and bodies of water as like an endless bog that's going to swallow them up, but they will avoid it. Only a couple of my llamas will walk through the actual water. The rest of them are kind of freaked out about it.
they're like, no, 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 we don't do that here. We
Yes, for sure.
gracefully jump over them.
Yeah.
And Amy was actually wondering, do llamas get along with humans and other animals, or what's their temperament like?
Absolutely. That's a really great question. We commonly compare llama personalities to that of cats, like domesticated house cats. You can have some cats that are really lovey and dog-like and companion-like, and then you can have some cats that are just a little strange and maybe only there for the food. And I find that to be very accurate with llama personalities. So what's kind of a little more information to dig into that is when I got llamas, I actually selected getting all males. And then they get neutered because they're not going to be breeding males. And certainly neutering them and taking away that hormonal component gives you a little bit more docile temperament pet. But the females are typically more on guard and maybe more shy because they live in with other females and babies, has been my experience with them. It doesn't mean that you can't have a really snuggly female llama, because you certainly can. But I think that part of, having geldings is the term that we use for them, just like we would with neutered horses, gives you a more docile pet. My llamas, a handful of my llamas go right inside nursing home and care centers. They ride in the back of my minivan. They ride in elevators. Simon, my alpaca, did an in-home hospice visit last week, and they let you hug them and pet them. So it depends on how you train them, how they're socialized, and also their temperament of each animal. Just kind of how that goes along with how we view personalities of cats as well. So, yes, they get along with other animals as well. They're commonly in with sheep or goats being their protector, but I have three goats. They're not in here right now because when I'm on virtual meetings, they like to try to jump on my back, and it's just not a good combo. But my goats live in with the llamas and enjoy being around them, and they can live with other animals and enjoy the company. Earl is bonded with one of our farm cats, Ruby, and sometimes I'll see her in here snuggled up on his back or around him, which is super, super cute. Good question. Who's
Oh
next?
my goodness, how adorable. I can just picture that having a little kitty cat with a llama, just keeping each other company. Ugh, what a sight. Good, good. So the next question that we had in the chat was, how much weight can they carry?
That is an excellent question. We typically say the rule of thumb is about one third of their adult body weight. We consider them fully grown around the age of 4. Earl here is turning 7 at the end of the month, and they can live to be about 15 to 25 years. Weight ranges can be anywhere from 300 to 450 pounds. So we say that they can typically pack possibly anywhere between 75 to a max of maybe 150 pounds, depending on the llama and what they can pack and bear. Really, really good question.
Awesome. And I actually had a question for you. What is it that made you say, you know what, I want to have a llama? Like, what is what like pushed you to do it? Because I have all these crazy ideas in my mind. I'm like, I just want to have a farm with all these animals, yet I don't do it. What is it that made you say, you know what, we're doing it and allowed you to
Yeah,
get
I
your
think
first llama?
yeah, that's a great question. I think it's fate and coincidence and a little bit of both. I have loved them since I was a kid. I was around llamas growing up in Colorado. Many of them are used as pack animals, and they certainly were not as common of an animal, back in the 90s as they are today. And I think the Disney movie Emperor's New Groove, where David Spade voiced the llama in that movie, probably put llamas on the map a little bit for all of us. And it's always just been my dream. They've been my favorite animal. I said if I could ever get llamas one day, I would. Though I grew up in Colorado, Prairie Patch belonged to my late uncle, who was a big conservationist for the state of Iowa and did a lot of work in restoring natural landscapes. He passed unexpectedly in 2008, and we kept it in the family. And in about 2018, we purchased the farm and I got a couple llamas in 2019. I actually really didn't have an intention of starting a small business. So this is my 5th year running a small business, and I used to be a music therapist. I worked in the prison systems in California for quite some time. And now I'm the llama lady. So you never know the places you'll go. Getting a couple llamas, I quickly knew that I had to share this with my community and certainly had to share the special farm that is here because it's such a beautiful and unique property. And I even host B&Bs here on the farm, and I have a yurt. So just with a more of a mission to give people access to these animals, they just are so amazing, and they've provided me so much joy, and I think others as well. So thank you so much for asking.
That's so cool. Thank you for sharing that with us. And it's so true that sometimes we think we know, what is going to happen down the line, and we have to have all of these plans for life. And then next thing you know, a couple years later, you're living a life that you probably didn't plan, and it just turned out that way. So thank you for sharing that story with us. I
Oh,
hope
thank
that
you. Yep,
I can say something like that for myself as well.
it was definitely a little detour, but felt like I got to my destination, and I absolutely love what I do. It's the coolest job. I stay very busy, and I love what I do, and it's just the best. So thank you so much.
Of course. And actually, we wanted to ask you, um, what is the difference between llamas and alpacas?
Ooh, I love this question. And I really didn't know when I was looking to getting llamas that there was a difference. It's how do you tell them apart and how do you know? It helps you when you see them side by side. We talked about the llamas reaching 300 to 450 pounds and heights even up to 6 feet tall. Alpacas are about half that size, so they are much smaller. Alpacas, in turn, were not a pack animal, despite the name pack and alpaca. It might be a little confusing. They were mostly raised for meat production and their fiber production to spin into yarn, a really nice luxury fiber. So, those are the big difference domestically. Physically, besides that size, the shape of the ear is going to be the dead giveaway every time for you to tell them apart. Llamas have a really long, kind of curved, I don't know if you can tell that Earl's ear curves up. We call them banana shaped ears. And then where's my alpaca? Let me see if we can look at his ears. This is little Simon who's chowing away. Simon, can we look at your ears? He's thinking about it. He's like, I'm eating. Alpaca ears are straight. Can you see how those are straight and pointed? And it's you see it more definitely when their ears are up, when they're kind of alert and in tune. So the shape of the ear will be the dead giveaway every time in telling these apart, because there are certainly some smaller llamas that look like the size of alpacas. Good question.
Oh, thank you so much for that. Actually, I've always wondered, like, how do I tell them apart if I see them? Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much, Kaylee. This has been so informative. Thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing this wonderful space with us and for allowing us to be able to communicate with you and with the llamas from the comfort of our home. We really appreciate it. And if you guys want to follow Prairie Patch Farm on social media, we have dropped the link on our chat. So you guys want to click on that. That's the website. They also have our Instagram, and I follow them, and I love the content that they post. So definitely give them a follow if you guys would like. Thank you guys so much. We're gonna say goodbye to Kaylee for now, but thank you so much, Kaylee, and we'll see you soon, Earl.
Thank you so much. And certainly, if any of you that were on this today have any questions, you can certainly send me a DM on socials or send me an email. I'd be happy to connect with you. Thanks so much for having us.
Of course. Thank you. So, with that being said, we're gonna wave goodbye. Goodbye, Earl. Oh my goodness, such a fashion icon, really. Oh, I think we just got some llama kisses. Stop. My heart. Well, thank you guys so much. Once again, I am going to share my screen so that you guys can see what's coming up down the pipeline. So, we do host, as you guys are here today, you know about our free workshops. Here are a few that are coming up in the upcoming months. So for June, on June 4th, mark your calendar because we are going to learn a little bit more about piñata making. We're also going to be making some churros in July. So definitely put that on your calendar and tell your friends about it. And we will be salsa dancing in August. So definitely put those in your calendar. If you're interested in learning more, you will be receiving an email from us telling you a little bit more about how you can get acquainted with the workshops that we're going to be having. And of course, we want to celebrate AAPI Heritage Month. And these are some of the events that we have in store for you guys. So on our website, you guys can learn a little bit more about Hawaiian cocktail making, spiced cocktail and mocktails as well. We have mandala magnets, henna and culture, vegetarian sushi. We have a lot going on. So if you or your team would like to celebrate AAPI Heritage Month, definitely check out our website, find out a little bit more about what it is that we have to offer here at Foodcraft. And of course, share the love with your loved ones and let them know that we have pretty awesome events going on here and that you would love to be able to share this experience with them. Well, with that being said, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and thank you guys so much for coming. We're so grateful to be able to connect with all of you, to be able to show you guys what it is that we have here at Foodcraft. And we hope that the llamas gave you a super llama filled with joy day. And if you guys have any questions at all, please definitely let us know. We'll be super happy to answer your questions, whether it's via email here in the chat. But other than that, we hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and we will see you guys soon. Take care, everyone. Thank you. Oh, I'm so happy to see that this made people's day.